Well, some people say that I'm a harpy. Some people say I can predict the future. Maybe that's a little true. Hello, everyone. I am still Mecha Random 42. Still a very, very, very naughty person for not reciting back the same corporate buzzwords everybody else tells me to say. For not reciting back the same garbage, and for actually understanding what words mean, unlike most people. And here we go. This is the latest victim of cancel culture. But you know what? I'm going to tell you where it's going to go in a year from now. I'm going to tell you all of this stuff because this is all related. And here we go. That's Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is not canceled. Look how cute he is. Just Baby Yoda. He's drinking from his little sippy cup and I love him so much and he's so cute. Baby Yoda. I threw Baby Yoda over my shoulder. You know what? I do have a crystal ball. I can predict the future here. And you know what's going to be the first thing that happens here? We're going to see more and more of these shows that people have been trying to cancel and get at because of cancel culture. You know, like The Simpsons and The Family Guys and everything. And all these shows that are stepping in and going out of their way. And it says so right here in the crystal ball. They're going to use this in about a year. All of these shows that are making a big deal out of replacing actors of one ethnicity to voice, to basically say only people of a certain ethnicity can voice their own ethnicity because stereotypes, I guess. I don't understand. So they think all black people sound the same? Woo! Anyway, Henry Perez, a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Woo! Is that like the nature boy Ric Flair? Woo! Is that what he says? What they're going to do in about a year from now is, now that they've finally gotten Hank Azaria to stop playing Apu, now that they've finally gotten Cleveland to stop being voiced by Mike Henry, and now that they've finally got out all these things, right here in the crystal ball, it says that yes, in fact, all of these shows will probably be canceled within the next year or so. All of these shows are going to probably not last another season. And all of these shows are very, very long running, like Family Guy, like The Simpsons, like all that. And what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at this article. Most recently, The Simpsons are going to stop having white actors voice non-white characters. And to that, I say, can we stop having real-life humans voice animated characters because animated characters aren't real? Also, as an alien observer to your world, I will be glad to announce my stepping up to play the role of King and Kodos, because only aliens can be actual aliens, and I am possibly an alien observer to your world, for all you know. When I'm not being canceled or banned or whatever, because I am not part of the herd. I'm not part of the flock. I speak by mind, and I am smarter than I look, right? So what's going to happen? We've seen this time and time again. Next year, we're going to see a slew of articles that are going to be hit piece after hit piece on fans saying, oh, all these toxic fans, all these istid-phobic and fans who just are, well, they're just bad people. They're just bad people because they don't like people of ethnicities. They're just ists. They're just racist. Is that what they are? They're just racist. And every single one of these articles, they're probably writing them right now, are going to say, after a significant fan backlash, all of these shows are going to be canceled because of these horrible, toxic troll fans who had a problem with it, and they only wanted to see audio blackface. And that's what they're going to use. And they're going to cherry pick a few tweets to take out of context. They're never going to use my tweet, which says nothing of the thing, but they're just going to run with that narrative because they can, because they've had all the marketing accounts out in full force. They've had all the bots. And in a year, they're going to do the same thing. When all these shows get canceled, they're going to write article after article explaining why you had a significant viewership increase just when people tune in to see what these characters are like. And then you're going to have a sharp drop once people realize, oh yeah, these shows aren't that great anymore. These shows probably should have been canceled anyway, like The Simpsons and Family Guy. These shows that have been on and outlasted a generation. These shows that are so outdated right now. as much as I loved Family Guy 20 years ago, and you know what, I still love the old Family Guy. I love the old, I'm not watching it past a certain point because it wasn't that great past a certain point. And same thing with The Simpsons. You guys have no idea how much Simpsons I have behind me. I loved The Simpsons up to a point, and I stopped collecting them after a while because it just got ridiculous. Like, yeah, look, Simpsons. This whole shelf behind Goose the Cat there is all Simpsons. So and yes, I have 3 Goose Cats. Just because of Brie Larson, I suppose. But that's what's going to happen, is that we're going to get hit piece after hit piece and article after article. And they're going to use us as a further perpetual narrative. And dear God, if they had this kind of technology and media at their disposal back in the 1940s, we would all be speaking German right now. It's getting so ridiculous. This insanity, and it's so predictable too, because they do it the same thing over and over and over again. Just watch any of my Captain Marvel videos. Watch any of my videos where I pull up time and time again. Oh, you're just toxic fans. You're just man babies. You're just racist. You're just sexist. Troll article after article after article. And that's what they're going to use when Bond flops. I don't know if Bond is going to flop as much as I think it should when that one finally comes out eventually, but they're going to use the same thing, calling people a bunch of isks they didn't like Lashana Lynch in the movie. And you know what they do? They use these sort of characters. They use, and I see it all the time also. I'm a woman, and guess what? I'm also of the alphabet community. Oh yeah, I'm in the LGBTQ community. I'm just a little gay. I'm only gay some other times, you know, only when I'm needing to know whether I suck or lick. That's beside the point. We see this all the time in the alphabet community. We see this all the time with Star Wars, with Star Trek. Every time you get something where you know that this is a risky move, you know that this is something that probably will lose money, what do? The first thing they do, they put a woman in the role. That's what they do every single time. And for a few years, it was a woman. And then they put, you know, a gay person in a role. And what do? They gay bait the audience. And they market it as, oh, this is a gay property. This is a gay franchise. This is all of this stuff. Then they end up going, and the next trend is casting people of color, minorities, whatever you want to call them, whatever's politically correct today. I cannot predict what won't be offensive in 5 years from now, so if people see this video and cancel me for that, that's not okay. I cannot predict that much of the future other than this, and you know what? Actually, yeah, probably people of color and minorities are probably going to be deemed offensive in a few years. So, you know, maybe just cancel those right now because, yeah, it's right here. Right there. Cristobal says so. Right there. Saying people of color is going to be offensive to people who are just one or not or made up of more. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I've got a little funny in the head because of cancel culture nonsense. And that's what's going to happen. We see this every time. We see all of these attacks every time we get one of these. Oh, you didn't like Star Wars and it flopped because you don't like women, or you didn't like this because of that, or you didn't like Star Trek because you just hate gay people, huh? So it's always these little attacks, and they're gonna do the same thing once Family Guy and The Simpsons and all of these shows start losing viewership. Once these shows start losing money. I think these shows are already losing viewership. Who's still watching Family Guy? I'm not. I haven't watched it in years. It's outdated. Same thing with The Simpsons.
Silly customer, you cannot hurt a Twinkie.
And that was probably the last time The Simpsons was funny too. Was when Apu was just before he had kids. Mecha talks to us without mouth. Gray is now canceled. It promotes black and white working together, right? You guys are awesome. And Maker of Madness, this chat's on fire. You guys are awesome. Black Phoenix, I don't watch either of them anymore. Yeah, that's the other. I don't watch any of them either. ESPN has lost millions of viewers. ESPN is, all of these shows, all of these franchises and properties, and they do this every time something doesn't make money. And you know what? That's what they were doing with Last of Us, too. That's exactly the same thing they were doing with The Last of Us, and that's going to segue into the next segment of the thing. So definitely stay tuned to that video. Son of Zion has donated $3.50. Is an actual ET going to be required to play Roger on American Dad now? You know what? I volunteer. I'll do it. I am an alien observer to your world for all you know. Also, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm going to go back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere.